Welcome to the Assistive Technology Lab at Provail. This is a virtual tour to give you a chance to see what we have to offer in here as we work with people with all kinds of disabilities for telephone access, accessing computers and tablets, for education, work, and play. So over here at Station 3, we've got a few things going on. We do have several products available through grants that we have purchased, like this button switch box from R.J. Cooper. This is a neat item. It's called a vertical mouse. Somebody maybe who's got carpal tunnel, keep your wrist in a neutral position as you're accessing the mouse. It's much gentler. One of the things that we always try to incorporate is fun ways to work on skills with clients. And so here we've got set up a pinball game for somebody who is working on two-switch access. We've got a custom rocker switch built by one of our volunteers here where you push on either side to activate a switch. In this case it's the flippers in the game. So we start the game. And as you roll your switch, it activates the flippers on the game. The person gets good practice with timing and switch use while enjoying playing their game. We've got a custom switch interface box for the computer here. We do lots of this kind of work where we'll take items and make them switch adapted for users or customized in some way. So the guts of a gamepad are in this box, and the switches, ability switches, can be plugged in to the controls for the gamepad. We've got a lot of different types of switches available, basic button switches, wobble switches, even homemade switches like this grip switch made from a bicycle handle. Over here at Station 2, we've got a few different things to show you. Again, here is a off-the-shelf purchased item, a joystick plus, and it's got switch input for the mouse click, it's got a key guard for the buttons, and then a very heavy-duty stick to drive the mouse around the screen. Here we've got a keyboard with enlarged key labels and a plastic key guard that's propped up on a foam wedge. If somebody had just access of their head, they could put on this head wand and activate the buttons like so. Here we have on the screen a program called WordQ. It offers a few different features. It's got word prediction, just like on your cell phone. It's got text-to-speech feedback so that you can hear what you're inputting. You can even have speech, or you can even have text read back to you by the computer so you can hear and make sure it sounds correct. Over here at Station 5, we've got some more items. Standard trackballs, sometimes that's great for clients. Here's another totally custom item. Heavy-duty joystick with many buttons, ports for plugging in other buttons depending on what the client needs. Again, you can drive the mouse around on the screen. Here we're using an on-screen keyboard, and we'll add some characters. Hit the switch.
L.
And we get our letters. And then again, you have word prediction along the top row.
Hello.
When you see your target,
Hello.
you can activate it, reducing the number of strokes inputs you have to make because the computer is helping you to spell out the words. Alright. We've got a whole variety of different types of input devices available for different needs, like the Thumbelina here. If you've got very limited motor control, just very small fine movements give you mouse access through this guy. Some items are even useful if they aren't initially intended for people with disabilities. This one originally was made just for little kids, but it works great for a lot of people with different motor challenges. You just need gross movements to roll the ball to get the mouse to move, and then the buttons are placed distally at the far end, so they're out of the way until they must be activated. Another thing that we excel at here at Provail is making custom activities that clients can utilize. Here I've got a custom PowerPoint activity that's interactive for learning your letters. All kinds of different levels of complexity.
In skill,
And so it's going to load up here. Level 2.
welcome to level 2A. In skill level 2A, you will be presented with 4 capital letters. You will be given the name of the letter you are to find.
While the program gets ready for our first choice, I'll point out
Welcome
some
to
other
letter
features.
recognition skills, level 2.
We've got other ways to input into the computer here for head tracking, a couple of different companies. With these cameras are watching the movement of your head as it moves around.
Round 1.
And so you can use just scanning your head around to move the mouse around on the screen, and then access a switch
X.
or something called dwelling on a spot to click and make a selection, all just with your head. So here we've got 4 choices. It's asking us to identify a letter.
Wonderful work. That is the letter X. X, Fox. That was pretty good.
So we get visual, audio, and video reinforcement of our choice. All custom made for clients. So we do that through various programs like PowerPoint, Clicker, and some other activities. All right. Another way that we customize here is we'll make custom user profiles in Windows for clients that come in frequently, and then tweak the settings just for them, whether they need additional visual or audio supports, or they need delay set up within the Windows features, like so that keyboard keys, you only get 1 activation when you hit it instead of multiple activations when you press down on the key for a long time. This here is another store-bought product, Big Keys. Just a keyboard with a key guard, large key labels, and a simplified layout. As we continue around the room, there's more switch types. Here we have a sip and puff switch, so the user would sip and or puff on the straw to get 2 different switch inputs. For use with scanning input, some people may use this for input such as, what am I thinking of? Morse code, thank you, where you can input a series of combinations of, they call them dashes and dots, to get letters or input characters very rapidly. This one here is called a wobble switch. The specific maker of this one, they call it the ultimate switch. What's nice about these is you can come at it from any angle and get your switch activation. So that's a nice option to have. More options of those. This one that's slightly used is called the Quad Joy, which would normally have a sip and puff straw coming off of here, and you can move that around as a joystick also to move your mouse on the screen. Here's another fine example of a custom fabricated solution by one of our volunteers, a retired Boeing engineer. We've got a small compact keyboard, again with key guard, and on a tray that slides left and right. So if you've got very limited range of motion in your arm, you can have the keyboard move easily instead of your whole arm. Very nice. In our computer groups that we run daily, one of the activities that clients love to do together is our adapted rock band. So we have the rock band video games that we'll set up over our projector, and we have switch adapted the instruments used so that they can be accessed by people of just about any kind of ability. Again, we've got a wide variety of switches available. This is a string switch, so you just pull on the string to activate. Bluetooth switches for use with iPads and other items. Pillow switch, just soft. Another grip switch. These items are interesting. Purchased these from a maker of supplies for skydivers. This is a bite switch. You simply bite down on the red area, or a tongue switch, depressing this with your tongue to get a switch input. More custom joysticks of different models. Here's a purchased item from a company that produces an amazing array of equipment so that people with disabilities can access games. Again, many custom items. We've got buzzer boxes, we've got shaker boxes, lots of different input configurations for people to get lots of switch inputs from very limited abilities. Electronic switches with sensors to sense muscle twitches, or plate switches that just require the barest touch to activate. Some people require something that gives them some good tactile feedback, so you've got this gel switch here. And then again, you do a variety of adaptations. As you can see at our well-used soldering station here, we'll repair switches, we'll adapt gamepads for switch input, we will switch adapt items like our funky fan here, or toys such as these guys up here. We also have our adapted telephone program that we are a contractor for through the state of Washington, where we provide adapted telephone access for people with speech or hearing disabilities. Here we've got the RCS 200 telephone that has many wonderful features, including scanning access through a remote switch for pre-programmed numbers. Here we've got a custom dialing overlay with family faces and names prominently displayed. We've got a key guard on here to prevent direct access of the keypad here from this client, and it's got augmented input and output of audio for hearing disabilities. The program can also supply some level of communication aid through items like the GoTalk 20 here, where we can create custom overlays and record in the messages that are of importance to the client for communicating over the telephone. We do have some level of environmental controls that we'll work on for people through communication devices or other devices. Here we have a higher end communication device from Dynavox. We'll do lots of custom programming for ECU or to supplement their speech therapy services. Again, we have a wide variety of resources that we have put together over the years for products and reviews, where you can get them, and so forth. And we do also do quite a bit of work with tablets. We have since the very beginning. We've got an array of iPads and accessories and applications that are very useful for clients that they can try out here when they come into the lab. We don't limit ourselves to just the iPad. We've got the new Microsoft Surface tablet as well as Android tablets, as like the one shown here. So thank you for taking this virtual tour of the Assistive Technology Lab here at Provail. We've managed to improve our lab and stay up to date on our technology through a variety of grants from various companies over the years, including places like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Paul Allen Family Fund, Boeing, and other wonderful organizations that have helped to support us. So if you have a desire to learn more about us, please feel free to call us at 206-826-1050, or you can email at gabriel@provail, Provail.org. Thank you very much.